Teacher, give me a lesson. Oh, hey, this is Tony, also known as Blessed Brother.
Angie, Blessed Sister.
And we got a great one for you tonight. The topic is
more lessons from Live2Lead workshop.
More lessons from the Live2Lead workshop. And as always, this is brought to you by blessedbrother.com. Blessedbrother.com. If you're broke and you like it, that's your business. If you're not, don't like it, that's ours. That's a terrible tagline. I got to work on that. Anyway, blessedbrother.com. Angie, take it away.
Okay, so tonight we're going to talk a little bit about the best advice you've ever gotten. And this is a spin-off from one of the speakers at the workshop. Her name is Angela Arendts. She is the former CEO of Burberry and senior executive of Apple. She was, I believe, like third from the top in Apple. So she's really good. She knows her stuff. And there was a lot said, but one of the things that resonated with me and that I particularly liked, she talked about her dad and the value that her dad and mom taught her and her siblings, but specifically her dad. And he would always give such great advice to them. And you're going to see why in a minute. I'm going to share a few of those with you. But it reminded me of my parents and how loving my parents were and just the wisdom that emanated from them when you would just sit down and have a conversation with them. One of the things that my mom had said that kind of took me a little bit by surprise because I had never heard her say it, but it was like about 10 years or so ago. I mean, I was well into my adulthood. Someone was asking her about her children and like how children can be so different. Like you come from the same parents, but you have very different personalities and attributes, and the way you handle and look at things can be so different. And so she says yes, and she said that you love them the same because they're your children and you love them. She says, but how you love them differently is by how you help them along their journey. And it just was like, I was like, wow, that's pretty good. And it's so true. You have to like take a person for who they are, right?
Absolutely.
So real quickly, let me give you some of those tidbits from her dad. One of the things he used to say is, it's awfully nice to be important, but it's more important to be awfully nice.
That's a good one.
Yes, and believing is half the battle. No one will ever believe in you as much as you believe in yourself. That is so key. Be accountable, blame no one but yourself. And so there was a lot more, but I'm just going to give you just a couple more. So he told them, he says, I can't teach you anything, but I can't teach you to care. And remember yesterday we talked about that, how servant leadership, you have to lead from the heart, which is really showing people that you care.
Yeah.
And one that I really liked, he said, learn to give 60 and take 40. And think about that in today's society, where it's almost like it's all about you and all you can get instead of giving. Yeah. Like you give more away than you actually receive. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. One more. It's kind of long, but this is the one that she asked him for his favorite. And she said, without even missing a beat, he quoted this, and it's by Edgar A. Guest. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, and the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, when you want to smile but have to sigh, when all is pressing down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. For life is queer with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns. And many a failure is turned about when we might have won had we stuck it out. Success is failure turned inside out, the silvery tints on the clouds of doubt. You may be near when it seems so far, so stick to the fight. You are hardest hit. Rest if you must, but don't you quit. Isn't that fabulous?
That's a great one. That's an oldie.
Oh, I love it.
That's an oldie.
So good. It's like it kind of hits you in those like deep places. Like, oh yeah, that's right. So those are really good, and I'm sure that you have some. Please share them in the comments and let us hear what you've learned over the years and what's been your best advice.
There it is.
Blessed brother, would you like to share maybe the best advice you've gotten, or at least maybe it's not the best, but it is top?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, toward the top. Years ago, I got a hold of a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad, and from Robert Kiyosaki. And the advice in there was about looking at assets and liabilities and how poor people spend money on liabilities, but rich people spend money on assets. And conversely, or right along with that, is a quote by a gentleman by the name of Warren Buffett, who says the greatest investment you can make is an investment in yourself. So those are my two pieces of advice I have for you. And, it's kind of different because, me and my brother, we have different lives. I definitely have tried to work towards success and so forth. My brother's a little different, though. He worked as a bank teller, and he didn't do a good job there, I got to tell you. Because one time an old lady came in, and she said she wanted to check her balance. He pushed her over.
That was bad.
So anyway, have a great rest of the day, you guys. We got some more for you tomorrow. And
more jokes?
Oh, well, maybe so. Blessedbrother.com is where you want to go. Check us out there. And have a blessed evening. Talk to you later. He pushed the balance. He pushed her over.
So bad.
That's kind of how it went.
See y'all later.